Who's in, who's out? Sussex dark future after Palace last crucial move on royal official system. You're either in or you're out, the Queen once said. She was famously referring to Megxit and the flight of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex from the deprivations of royal privilege to the golden pastures of a new life in America. So why, almost 3 years later on, is everything so very much worse instead of being so much better? Relations have not improved between the Sussexes and the rest of the royals in post-Queen world. It was clear that there was no forgiveness and healing for the warring factions as they gathered for the funeral of the Queen. For William and Harry, there was no brotherly bonding over shared grief. For their wives, there was only icy demeanour and averted gazes. The two women couldn't even bear to look at each other. Warmth was noticeable by its absence. Condolences came there none. Yet, at least Harry's freshly minted words will now be viewed through the prism of another book, one which puts the Sussexes' story into a different perspective. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were reportedly already planning their future in the monarchy while they were in Canada. Prince Harry wanted to talk about it with the Queen and emailed the palace. However, he didn't get what he wanted, leaving him frustrated according to a new book. It fed into the narrative that they were not being taken seriously by the palace machinery or by the rest of the family, Lowe continued. So Prince Harry tried to set up a meeting with the Queen on his own. However, even his personal efforts reportedly failed. The Queen died at Balmoral of old age, it was revealed yesterday, the first time a monarch's death certificate is believed to have been made public. But the document also raises intriguing questions after details on it confirm that Prince Harry was not informed of his grandmother's death for more than 3 hours. The palace announcing Her Majesty's death with Harry still in transit was a flex of royal muscle to ensure the king keeps his son and the perception of Harry's past backstabbing of the royal family far removed from the circle of power. It has already been confirmed by palace sources that his father only managed to contact his son mid-air at 6:25 p.m, just 5 minutes before the news the world had been dreading was officially announced. Charles had insisted all afternoon on telling his youngest son personally before any official statement was released by Buckingham Palace. He'd already rung both Harry and his brother William earlier in the day to tell them to get up to Scotland as quickly as possible, because their grandmother was rapidly fading. He then returned to the Queen's bedside. I'm sure, as with everything, there is a meticulous plan on paper, but then the chaos of actual life happens amid the trauma of their personal grief, said one. Another source explained that few people in the family were regularly in touch with Harry anymore, and that he could also be incredibly hard to reach. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle reportedly want to edit their docuseries with Netflix and delay its release until next year, after the Queen's death, multiple sources have told. It was previously expected that the production would be aired in December following the 5th season of The Crown on November the 9th, according to the publication. One Hollywood industry source said, "A lot of conversations are happening. I hear that Harry and Meghan want the series to be held until next year. They want to stall. I wonder if the show could even be dead in the water at this point. Do Harry and Meghan just want to shelve the thing they added?" Netflix has been keen to have the show ready to stream for December. There's a lot of pressure on Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos, who had the relationship with Harry and Meghan, to get this show finished.